Processes. The basic functions performed by living organisms to maintain their life on this earth are called life process. For life to continue, processes like nutrition, respiration, transport of material within the body and excretion of waste products are necessary. Food is a kind of fuel which provides energy to all the living organisms. A nutrient can be defined as a substance which an organism obtains from its surroundings and uses as a source of energy or for the biosynthesis of its body constituents. Nutrition is a process of intake of nutrients by an organism as well as the utilization of these nutrients by the organism. There are mainly two modes of nutrition, autotrophy and heterotrophy. Different steps in the process of nutrition in animals are LNGETN, Dilgathlon, Aboptlon, Anglathlon and Eatlon. Autotrophic nutrition involves the intake of simple inorganic materials from the environment and using energy source from the sun to synthesize complex, high-energy organic material. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants capture solar energy to convert CO2 into simple sugars. 6 Colorado, plus 12 H, O, tilde, underscore, C, H, O. Plus 60, plus 6 H, O. Heterotrophic nutrition involves the intake of complex materials prepared by other organisms. The heterotrophic mode of nutrition is of three types, saprotrophy, para, LTLC and horizontal. The food eaten by human beings is broken down by various steps along the alimentary canal by the action of digestive enzymes. The process of releasing energy from food is called respiration. During the process of respiration, complex organic compounds such as glucose is broken down to provide energy in the form of ATP. ATP is used to provide energy for other reactions in the cell. Respiration in O19, measles is of two types, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. The transport of materials such as food, oxygen, energy and excretory products is a function of the circulatory system in human beings. The transport of water, minerals, food and other materials is a function of the vascular tissues like xylem and phloem in plants. Excretory products in the form of soluble nitrogen compounds are removed by the nephrons in the kidneys of human beings. Plants store waste materials such as gum and resin in the vacuoles of cells. Question 1. In which of the following groups of animals, heart does not pump oxygenated blood to different parts of the body? A. Pisces only. B. Amphibians only. C. Amphibians and reptiles only. D. Pisces and amphibians. Tilde. Answer A. Pisces only. Question 2. The filtration units of kidneys are called A. Ureter. B. Urethra. C. Neurons. D. Nephrons. Tilde. Answer D. Nephrons. Question 3. Name the substances whose build-up in the muscles during vigorous physical exercise may cause cramps. A. Ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy. B. Lactic acid plus energy. C. Carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. D. Pyruvate. Tilde. Answer B. Lactic acid plus energy. Q. Name the largest artery in human body. CBSEL. September. Uns. Aorta. Dorsal aorta. Q. What makes the red blood corpuscles cells red? CBSEAI. September. Uns. Hemoglobin. Q. Name the pigment present in plants which can absorb solar energy. CBSEL. September. Uns. Chlorophyll. QWH. Tilde. CBSE. Delhi. Ma. Is breathing. Uns. Breathing is a physical process of inhalation or bringing in fresh air for obtaining oxygen and exhalation or taking out of foul air for elimination of carbon dioxide. Q. Name the type of blood vessels which carry blood from organs to the heart. CBSE. Delhi. Ma. Uns. Veins. Q. Name the term for transport of food from leaves to other parts of plants. CBSE. Delhi. March. Uns. Translocation of food. 1. What is common for cuscuta, ticks and leeches? Uns. Cuscuta, ticks and leeches, all has parasitic mode of nutrition, they harm their host while taking nutrition. 2. What advantage over an aquatic organism does a terrestrial organism have with regard to obtaining oxygen for respiration? Uns. Adaptation of terrestrial organism over aquatic organism for efficient uptake of oxygen from air, I. Increased respiratory surface area. E. Very fine and delicate surface for easy exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. E. Placement of respiratory surface within the body for protection, IV. Mechanism for moving the air in and out of respiratory surface where the oxygen is absorbed. 3. Differentiate between single and double circulation found in vertebrates. Uns. Single circulating, double circulating. 1. In this, blood passes only once, blood passes twice through the heart in one complete cycle. 2. Heart has only deoxygenated blood, heart has both oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. 3. It is less efficient, it is more efficient. Q. List 3 characteristics of lungs which make it an efficient respiratory surface. Answer. These features which particularly make our lungs efficient for gas exchange. 1. Thin. The air sac walls are very thin so that gases can quickly diffuse through them. Oxygen is absorbed into the blood and carbon dioxide is given out into the lungs to be exhaled out. 2. Moist. The air sacs are moist with mucus so that gases can dissolve before diffusing. 3. Large surface area. The surface area for gases to diffuse through in human lungs is roughly the same as a tennis court. The alveoli help to increase the surface area for absorption of oxygen. 4. Good blood supply. The air sacs of the alveoli have a large capillary network so that large volumes of gases can be exchanged. More the flow of blood, more exchange. Q. A. What is the role of HCI in our stomach? B. What is emulsification of fats? C. Which protein digesting enzyme is present in pancreatic juice? Answer. A. I. It sterilizes food by killing pathogens and other microbes. E. It has a pH of 2, which is perfect for enteros such as pepsin to break down proteins as effectively as possible. E. Helps emulsify food digestion of protein and stimulates the pancreas to produce digestive enzymes and bile, and protects against harmful bacteria. B. Breakdown of large globule fats into smaller fats droplets is known as emulsification. C. Trypsin is the enzyme secreted by the pancreas which aids in digestion of proteins. Q. List in tabular form 3 differences between arteries and veins. Answer. Arteries. T. In I. Arteries carry oxygenated blood, away I. Veins carry deoxygenated blood, from the heart except pulmonary towards the hem except pulmonary and airy. Veins. E. These are mostly deeply situated in U. These are superficial and deep in the body. Location. E. These are thick-walled, highly M. These are thin-walled, muscular except arteries of cranium and vertebral column. 4. With the help of labeled diagram, discuss the mechanism of respiration in human beings. Tons. Mechanism of respiration. It occurs in following steps. Air goes in bronchial tube and bronchioles. A. Breathing. Taking in oxygen and expelling carbon dioxide out is called breathing. It involves following steps. I. Inhalation. It is taking in oxygen. It occurs due to contraction of muscles attached to ribs. This lifts ribs and flatter diaphragm, which increase the volume of thoracic cavity. Hence the pressure inside the thoracic cavity decreases and air rushes inside of the lungs. E. Exhalation. It is expelling of carbon dioxide. It occurs due to relaxation of muscles attached to ribs and diaphragm is dun-shaped. This decreases the volume of thoracic cavity and decreases air pressure and expels CO2 out of the lung. B. Exchange of gases. It takes place between the alveoli of lungs and surrounding blood capillaries. C. Transport of gases in blood. Hemoglobin present in the blood transport O2 and CO2 in blood. Oxygen is transport from the lungs to the body cells in the form of any hemoglobin. D. Oxidation of food. Breakdown of glucose molecules which produce energy. It occurs as mitochondria. Read the following and answer any 4 questions from 2.1 to 2b. Given are the sections of 2 pipes, A and B. If you need to represent blood vessels with these, which of the pipes would correspond to the artery and which one to a vein? Identify it and answer the following questions. 0. Copyright I. B is best defined as the vessel which A. Always supply oxygenated blood to the different organs. B. Always carry blood away from the heart to different organs. C. Always break up into capillaries that reunite to form a vein. D. Always carry blood from one visceral organ to another visceral organ. 2. In A, valves are present to check backward flow of blood flowing at atmospheric pressure. B. High pressure. C. Low pressure. D. All of these. In which of the following statements is correct regarding A? A. Carries blood from an organ towards the heart. B. Always carry oxygenated blood with single exception. C. Carries blood from heart towards the organ. D. All of these. IV. Which of the following statements is incorrect? A. A has typically larger lumen than B. B. Walls of B are elastic enabling them low stretch and shrink during changes in blood pressure. C. Flow of blood is slower in A than in B. D. None of these. Weak blood pressure in the pulmonary artery is A. More than that of pulmonary vein. C. Same as that in aortic. B. Less than that in the vena cava. D. Less than pulmonary vein. I. B. In the given figures, B represents artery that carry blood away from the heart to different organs. E. C. In the given figures, A represents vein. Veins bring blood from different body parts to the heart. The flow of blood in veins is not so fast because the blood in veins is under low pressure. Veins possess valves which prevent backward flow of blood. E. A. Veins carry deoxygenated blood with single exception, i.e., pulmonary vein. Arteries carry blood from heart towards the organ. IV. D. V. A. Objective 1 YPE Question 1. What is the most important criteria to decide whether something is alive? A. Reproduction. 8. Respiration. C. Digestion. D. Movement. 2. What are energy foods? A. Carbohydrates and fats. C. Vitamins and carbohydrates. 8. Proteins and mineral salts. D. All of the above 3. When teeth are of different shape, size and function, then these are called A. Heterodont. 8. Thecodont. C. Deciduous. D. None of these 4. Which one of the following is not a gland? A. Liver. B. Pancreas. 5. Human beings are A. Omnivorous. 8. Herbivorous. 6. Example of omnivorous are A. Rat and pig. C. Mosquito and bacteria. 7. Number of teeth in man. A. 32. B. 28. 8. What does saprot mean? A. Dead. B. Decaying. C. Parotid. C. Carnivorous. 8. Fungi and Badria. D. Cow and goat. C. 20. C. Rotten. 9. Ingestion of food in amoeba takes place by the process A. Phagocytosis. B. Pinocytosis. C. Both of these. 10. Gastric juice contains A. HCI. 8. Mucus. C. Pepsin. Short answer 1 YPE. Question 11. Define nutrition. 12. What are life processes? 13. Write the various types of nutrients on the basis of function they perform. D. None of the above. D. Autotrophic. D. 12. D. All of the above. D. None of these. D. All of the above. 14. What is that organism code which uses its hair-like particles, cilia, low sweep the food particles? How does it do so? 15. What are the conditions necessary for the allorophic nutrition? 16. Differentiate between herbivorous and carnivorous. Give one example of each. 17. Describe the process of nutrition in amoeba. 18. What are the functions of liver and pancreas in the digestive system? 19. State the various steps involved in the process of photosynthesis.